Question number 9, Metiria Turei.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker, nā mihi kia koutou I te wiki o te reo Māori. My question is to the Prime Minister and asks, does he stand by his statement, quote, "There is no question in my mind someone would be better off in paid employment than on welfare. If they were not, that is a real indictment on the welfare system"?
The Honourable Bill English on behalf of the Prime Minister.
Speaker, on behalf of the Prime Minister, yes.
Metiria Turei.
Is the Minister aware that a sole parent working part-time who earns an extra $100 a week currently keeps $80 in the hand, but under the recommendations of the Welfare Working Group would only keep $40? And is his government considering adopting this recommendation from the Welfare Working Group?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the member's been speculating for a while on what is recommendations of the Welfare Working Group, not necessarily, or not government policy. The government is working through all the recommendations of the Welfare Working Group, and as it's signalled already, some of them it's likely to pick up, others it's not going to pick up. But we certainly won't be treating them individually. We'll be looking at them in the context of a package of change which will improve the welfare system and reduce dependency.
Metiria Turei.
Does the Minister agree that the benefit abatement rates should support and encourage sole parents to move to appropriate part-time work? And if so, why would his government consider adopting a recommendation? Excuse me, I'm asking the question. But point of order, Mr Speaker. Point of order, Mr Speaker.
Order, a point of order is called. Metiria Turei.
Point of order, Mr Speaker. This is a question that has been set down. It is reasonable that I could ask my question of the Minister and have him at least listen to the question so that he can answer it, which is what this process is for, rather than having a private conversation with another person from the
I'm sure the
back
Minister is listening. I'm sure the Minister will answer the member's question. I invite her to start a question again.
Thank you, Mr
Metiria
Speaker.
Turei.
Does the Minister agree that benefit abatement rates should support sole parents to move to appropriate part-time work? And if so, why would his government consider adopting recommendations from the Welfare Working Group that would punish sole parents who are making that transition to work?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the government does agree that the abatement system is there to help sole parents transition to work. And in recognition of their circumstances, we raise the thresholds from, that is, the income they're allowed, the amount of income they're allowed to earn while staying on benefit. But there's always been a trade-off in a benefit system between allowing people to earn more while they're on benefit, but not making it possible for them to earn substantial incomes or better incomes than people in full-time work. So the system also has to try and encourage them to make the leap to full-time work. There's nothing new about these trade-offs, and people have different opinions about it.
Metiria Turei.
Does the Minister agree that an abatement regime that provides for an effective marginal tax rate for beneficiaries of up to 92% is a massive disincentive to move for those beneficiaries to move into part-time work? And will he commit to reviewing the Welfare Working Group recommendations in light of a system that does not penalise but rather supports and encourages beneficiaries to move into appropriate part-time work?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, yes. 90% abatement rates, or marginal tax rates, are of course undesirable. It's just that they happen to be better than the worse alternatives. I mean, one way to drop those marginal tax rates is to allow people who are getting a benefit to earn very substantial income in work, and that could easily put them in a better situation than being in full-time work. So that's the trade-off. No one wants 90% marginal tax rates, but it's extremely difficult to avoid them when you're making large cash payments to people who are most of the time out of work.
Point of order, Metiria Turei.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I seek leave to table a letter from Professor Innes Asher, which is a letter to the members of the Ministerial Group on Welfare Reform, showing how beneficiary moving into part-time work would earn only $40 of every 100 earned under the Welfare Working Group recommendations.
Leavers sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection. Question number 10, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, my question is to